Hello, family. Welcome to Homegrown Wellness Community 72. I am Miss B, Bohemian Soul. I hope all is well. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you are not a subscriber. If you are a subscriber and or you have visited the channel before, I just want to say welcome back and thank you for subscribing and thank you for tuning in. So the title of this video is going to be real simple, but it's something that I've been thinking about, things that it is something that I have been experiencing lately, and that is doing whatever makes your soul happy. Doing whatever it is that makes your soul happy. Even in me choosing to put on this little t-shirt, because I do more than one video at a time. And so for this video, I purposely was like, I'm going to put on something that lifts me, that makes me happy, that makes me very prideful. Not prideful in a way like that is destructive and that's hurtful to someone. So this little t-shirt I have on, I grew up in the town. You guys hear me talk about Bloomfield, Connecticut a lot. So I have on my Bloomfield BHS Warhawks. We're the Warhawks, orange and blue. I bleed orange and blue, right? So I was like, let me put this t-shirt on because this t-shirt makes me happy. This t-shirt brings comfort and joy to me, just putting it on, something this simple. And so it goes right in line with doing whatever it is that makes your soul happy. And this really is going to go out to anyone, but I really want the women to pay attention and hone in on that thing. What is it that gives you butterflies, so to speak? What is it that brings peace and calm to your soul? Right? And I speak a lot about the soul, not so much the spirit, because we as people, as humans, we are all born with our own what? We are born with our own souls. You know, we inherit or we take on another spirit. And I'm not getting all into the religious aspect of that. I'm not. But we take on another soul. That is not something that we are born with. We take on another spirit. So, but we're born with our own soul. And growing up, you know, I was the youngest granddaughter, right? I was the youngest child in my immediate family household. And I remember my grandmother, who was like my second to favoriteest person. My most favorite person was my mom. But my grandmother, she would say things like, that child, my grandmother, they were Geechees, right? So they had that accent, right? And they kind of sound like they're singing when they talk. But she would say, and she used to call me Shug, right? And she would say, you know, like, Shug's been here before. She got an old soul, right? And so think about, what is it that makes your soul happy? It could be reading. It could be taking an hour out of your day to sit down, curl up with a good book. What makes your soul or brings your soul into balance, into alignment, into peace with you. Because your soul is your center. It is your balance. It may be watching a movie. It may be eating some good ice cream. Think about it. What is it that makes your soul happy? It may be going out with your girlfriends. It may be, I don't know, rubbing behind your little dog's ears. It may be talking on the phone to a good friend. It may be having adult conversations with your spouse or your special person. It may be writing. It may be traveling. It may be going to school, getting another degree. What is it that brings peace to your soul? It may be moving. It may be starting a new hobby. It may be, listen to this, ladies. It may be stepping out and doing that thing that you've always wanted to do, but you were too, not shy, but almost ashamed, because you knew it made you different from everyone else, and you didn't want onlookers, or you didn't want to hear other people's opinions on whatever that thing is. And you are at a big age. Like, I am at a big age now. I am 53 years of age. I will be 54 in January. And I have made a conscious decision that what makes my soul at peace, what makes my soul happy, is me doing the things that make my life easier. And so what does that look like for me? I will give you an example. I remember towards the end of my marriage, I had been married for 14 years. I remember towards the end of that marriage, and I remember saying to myself, I will never get married again. And when I said it to myself, there was such a peace that came over my soul. But at this point, I hadn't changed in my profile, like on my Facebook. I hadn't changed in my profile from marriage to divorce. Hadn't done that yet. But when I said it to myself, there was a peace that settled within my soul, because I was still concerned and worried about saying it out loud and people's perception and people's thoughts of me. Like, how is that a good thing? How is that a positive thing? You're the one that filed for divorce, even though they don't know the reason why, right? You're the one that ended the marriage, because on the outside, it looked like we had this perfect marriage, right? So I was concerned about what people would say, and me just changing my profile from married to single or divorce, because I think those are the other two other options that you have, right? And I was also concerned, I'm going to wrap this up. I was also concerned about doing a video, which I eventually did do, about why. Actually, I did a live, why I divorced my husband after 14 years of marriage. And let me tell y'all something. I have come to the realization, yes, I did the video. Yes, I changed the profile from married to divorced. Yes, I have spoken about the awesomeness of being a single divorced woman with children, two teenage children. I've spoken about that. And eventually, I spoke to and from a place of liberty, if you would, of why I would never in this lifetime again get married. And it was such a freeing, a peace that came over my soul when I said it out loud and I put it out on social media. So that's an example that I wanted to share with the family. Do and say whatever it is that makes your soul happy or at peace. And as long as it's not hurting another person on purpose, do it. And that's all I wanted to speak to today, family. Listen, remember, be great to yourself because you are great. Be great to your family. They deserve your greatness. Be great to your community. Without love, self-love first, we have absolutely nothing. And as always, clarity is key. But without consistency, we have no balance. Family, be well.